One painful thing that can happen to you is your turkeys dying in their numbers. Today you go inside the coop and you see 3, 4 turkeys dead on the floor, and 5 of them standing down with sickness. Mass death is usually as a result of disease occurring and spreading throughout your turkey quickly and killing them. So if you can find a way to boost the immunity of your turkeys and also prevent diseases from occurring and spreading throughout your turkey flock, it means you have put a stop to mass death. Turkey dying in their numbers is very painful and can be very discouraging, especially when you are a beginner. But mass death is usually caused by us, the farmers, and we can totally prevent mass death from happening. How do we do that? In this video, we are going to be looking at some simple things that you can do to eliminate mass death from your turkey farm. My name is Henry Buache, and welcome to Hobbs Ranch. Vaccinating your turkeys is one important thing that you don't need to take for granted. Vaccination is very good. Vaccination actually builds the immunity of your turkeys. When you vaccinate them, you give them a head start in fighting a disease that they may encounter in the future. Vaccinating your turkeys against fowl pox, coccidiosis, marek, or any other turkey disease is very important. Usually, mass death occurs because one infectious and dangerous disease will attack one turkey, and then that turkey will spread the disease to all the turkeys. So when you go, you find not just one turkey dead, but most of them dead at the same time. So make sure that you don't take vaccination for granted. And if there is a certain disease that is very particular in your area, it's very important that you find a vaccine for that particular disease and give that vaccine to your turkeys at the age that they need to get the vaccine. One thing that we may also take for granted is the condition of the turkeys. What I mean by their condition is whether they are comfortable or they are not comfortable. When your turkeys are panting during the day, you need to make sure that where they sleep has enough air space to bring in cold air to take away the heat that they are bringing out. When turkeys pant, they also drink a lot of water, and when they drink a lot of water, the water fill up their stomach, and their stomach is called crop. So the water fills up this crop and they don't eat a lot of food, and that is very dangerous. Turkeys need to eat a lot. When they don't get in enough feed, they are not able to build their body, and when their body is not building, it means that their immunity won't also be building. When they don't have good and strong immunity, then any disease can just come in and attack them and kill them. It's important to provide your turkeys with a comfortable place, structure, or home. So like I said, if you provide your turkeys with quality feed and yet they are not able to eat because they are panting and regulating their body temperature and drinking a lot of water instead of feeding, that is dangerous. The same way, if you don't give your turkeys quality feed, that is equally dangerous. The quality feed I'm talking about is a feed that is high in protein. You can simply give your turkeys broiler starter. Broiler starter has at least 18% protein. Turkeys need about 22%. Giving them broiler starter throughout their life is very okay. Even if you send your turkeys on free range, it will be very good to give them broiler starter in the morning to give them a head start in the day whilst they go looking for food. Sometimes when they go out and they are roaming, they don't get enough feed that is high in protein. They may get leaves and grains, maize, rice to eat. But this type of feed don't have enough protein that can build their heavy and muscular system. So the whole idea of making sure your turkey eats well is because you want them to build a strong immunity to withstand the disease. The next thing is proper hygiene. When you are able to provide proper hygiene for your turkeys, that's a very good way in giving them an environment that is free of diseases. Bacteria love to stay in a dirty and smelly place. When your turkey litter gets wet, that becomes a very good place for bacteria. So they start to eat the feces and break it down. So when you enter your turkey coop, you smell the bad odor. That ammonia that you smell, the bad odor, is a strong indication that you need to change the poultry litter. It means bacteria have settled and they become active in your poultry litter. Because there is bacteria in the poultry litter, it becomes easy for those bacteria to also attack your turkeys. So when one turkey gets the disease, it will spread it to all the other turkeys. Aside that, because the turkeys are still living in the wet and smelly litter, the disease catching all of them also becomes easy. Now, disease can spread from one turkey to all the rest, and the disease can also come from the litter and spread to all the turkeys. So it's very important to always maintain a proper hygiene in your coop. When you go to your friend's farm to ask some few questions or check out on them and come back, don't go immediately to your farm. Change your clothes and try to wash before you go to your turkey coop. The reason is that there may be some disease on your friend's poultry farm, and you going right inside your turkey farm, you may be sending those diseases to your farm. So make sure not to go immediately to your farm after coming out of a poultry farm. When you visit a poultry farm, wash down before you enter your own farm. That way you reduce the risk of any disease that you will be introducing to your turkeys. The whole aim is to reduce the disease that is being introduced in your turkey farm, and also building your turkey's immunity so they can withstand any disease that may come their way. If you can provide your turkeys with a comfortable and happy life, then that's all they need to thrive and build a happy flock, so you get a lot of turkeys and succeed as a turkey farmer. We wish you all the best in your turkey farming. Bye.